about 10 years now, and looking back when I first started, I think I kind of overcooked it. Did a lot of different things, did a lot of different drills, got really creative. But in retrospect, I'm getting back to less is more and keep it simple. That's my current philosophy: be efficient, less is more. Okay. First thing, very simple things, but these are hard for guys to do. Be in your stance prior to the shot. So many guys get scored on because they're just not ready. All right, see the ball. That seems almost crazy. All right, we just want to be dumb reactors. We want to let the game come to us, see the ball, and react. Think less, react more. All right. Looking back at my college experience as a player, I played well when I wasn't thinking. When I started to think, you start to overcook it, you start to anticipate, you get too smart for your own good. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I say it to our goalies all the time. Let the game come to you, sit there, react, get to the ball. Stance. How I want our guys to stand. Feet 6 inches wider than the shoulders. I like that because it's a little more stable. You get guys who have happy feet, guys who move around the cage prior to the shot. You get a little wider than your shoulders, you're less apt to move around the cage. Weight on the pads of the feet, not the toes. Growing up, and everybody's like, get on your toes, get on your toes, get on your toes, get on your toes. But if you're actually up on your toes, you're off balance. So you just want your feet lightly off the floor, your heels lightly off the floor, so that you're on the fat part, the pads of your feet before your toes. Okay, knees bent between 45 and 90 degrees. As I go along more and more, the more you bend your knees and the less you bend your back, which is the next one, the more stable you are, the more athletic you are. Okay? Balance, nose over the toes, don't lean forward. In any athletic situation, basketball point guard, linebacker, a guy who's got to move, anything like that, guys who lean forward don't do well. All right? Our goalies, when they lean forward, they start to move at the shot. They start to get edgy, and we don't like that. So we concentrate on watching them from the side. If Coach Tierney was the goalie and someone was shooting on him, at times I'll even watch from the side just to make sure that his posture is good. As guys' posture starts to go like this, you can see them start to guess. They get off balance. They start to move forward, all right, instead of waiting for the ball and moving to it. Hand width on the shaft. The way I tell our guys is take your hands, drop to your side. That's how wide your hand should be. When I look at guys in scout and I see a guy with wide hands, I tell our shooters, fire for the hips. They can't get to their hips. They can't get to their pockets. When you see a guy with really narrow hands, all right, sometimes stick control is an issue and they'll actually go past the ball. All right, stick north and south. I tell our guys straight up and down, right here. When kids go out and shoot the ball, when you watch kids go take a bucket of balls on our field and shoot, they shoot high. In Division I, when guys get time of room, they want the corners. So we want to keep our hands high. We want to cover that high pipe and bend our knees so that if they do shoot low, we can get down. All right? Eye, thumb, ball. If I was holding a stick, if this happened to be a stick, and Coach Tierney was involved, we would want it right here. Eye, thumb, ball, scope of the gun, so that I can see my hands and get my hands into the ball. All right? Next thing, hands 3/4 away from the body. All the way out, 1/4 of the way in. All right, and I see them before the point of the shot, so that I don't have to find my stick to go make a save. It's already out there, running into the ball. Finally, top hand firm, bottom hand loose. Most important thing at our level, I believe, is that this is the best thing you do. Your top hand moves directly to the ball, and you're great with your top hand. Because bad shooters shoot the ball at you, and in our games, those guys they don't get to shoot. Good shooters shoot from corners. That being said, you don't get your feet to the corners. You get your top hand to the corners. So we've got to be dominant with our top hand. All right, how we make saves. Number 1, be in your stance. Number 2, be still until the shot is taken. No hitches, loss of balance. If I see a guy who's moving around before the point of a shot, a lot of times I'll just pause. And our guys will get jumpy and they'll move. They'll move before the point of the ball coming out. Really important to do less and sit there before the shot is taken and just be still. All right? Once the shot is taken, see it? The first thing that moves is the top hand straight to the ball. That's the first thing that gets going. Okay? You'd rather be great with your hands than great with your feet. Excuse me. Lead foot then moves to the ball. So if somebody shot the ball at me to my right here, my top hand drives the bus and my right foot is right behind it. If I'm going to be great with something, let's be great with the hands. Okay? Trail foot follows along. when we finally make the save, our head, hands, and feet are all in one line behind the ball. We finish the save, seeing both our hands, okay? Our feet are as wide as they started. Our feet are as wide as they started. So if I start a little wider than my shoulders and I step to the ball, when I'm done, I look basically the same. Okay, and finally, balance and in control. The first thing we do at pretty much every day we go outside would be agilities. And instead of getting the jump rope out, all we do is we have our guys put their sticks on the ground and they do a succession of drills, just working on footwork, and all the time you'll see keeping their hands out. Everything that we do in the goal, we're going to work on getting our hands off our body and seeing our hands and defending ourselves. All right, these work on coordination, agility, playing on the pads of your feet, exploding to the ball. And then when we see the drill in the next frame, okay, you'll see that they do it north-south, scissors, and then in a full stance. Okay. That would be north-south. Keep your hands away, bend your knees, sit your ass down. Both feet should hit at the same time. Scissors. Keep the knees flexed, sink your hips, keep your hands in front of your face. Full stance, wide feet, lower base like they're playing in the goal. And now it's not really for speed, it's more about them keeping their feet as wide as they start and keeping their hands out.